Hello, my lovely starborns. Welcome to your reading. And I hope you guys are doing well. The energy is very, very erratic and at the same time contemplative, right? Where if you are not on your own, if you are not going within around this time, then most likely the external is really, really triggering you in one way or the other. So, yeah, tempers could flare around this time, so be mindful of that. But yeah, lately there's a lot of talk about the sun, right? And for all the right reasons. I mean, we witnessed the strongest X class flare and of this solar cycle. So there's a lot of ionization that is taking place in the Earth's atmosphere, and a little bit on the solar cycle before we get into today's reading, which will be a quick one. I have been prepping to do a Baker card reading. I've been trying to do a Baker card reading, but I just couldn't. And I'm just going through it. I just want to rest. And I'll be back in a few days. But right now, I need to rest. And I think you guys could be going through the same. Because believe it or not, I've been talking about the shift, right? And the shift is here. We have shifted. Most of us, if you are a returning subscriber here on my channel and you watch my videos, you have shifted. You have. It's just the energy signature. Otherwise, you won't be coming back here. It's just that. Okay. And now it is that transition energy that is at play for you after the shift, right? It's like trying to fit into the new energy, okay? Which is, trust me, it's never an easy process, okay? It is easy spiritually, it is not easy physically. And it is because of the density that we inhabit, okay? Now, okay, about the solar cycle. So apparently, we are currently in a solar cycle number 25 at the moment, okay? And each solar cycle lasts for about 11 years. And this solar cycle began in the year 2020, believe it or not. Yeah. And each cycle is kind of like a rhythm, a universal rhythm of the sun, like uh, the flux and reflux. You can also think of it as breath, a breath that is in and out, right? So this is like the sun breathing in and out. So tension and pressure kind of builds here on earth, just just like when you inhale, right? And the lungs swell up, right? And then when you release, the tension kind of lifts, and it just like causes, first of all, it causes, um, it's how you procure oxygen. So it's basically like, breathing in life. But with the release, the tension kind of dissipates, right? And think of it as the in and out, this breathing in and out of the sun, right? Now there must be a middle energy, a midway point of this in and out energy. So now that midway point is the most intense point. It's kind of like where the peak happens, right? And that's where the peak happens in the solar activity. And this peak point is the year, guess it. Yeah, it's the year 2024 and 2025 of this solar cycle, right? That is why we are in the solar maximum period. That's what it is called. It's a very volatile and a very, very intense part of the solar cycle. And of course, it serves a higher spiritual purpose. Okay. So, yeah, I don't want to tell you the science stuff. You can Google all that, yes, but you will have physical symptoms. You cannot take that away from the solar activity, okay? This has been going on since forever, but right now we're becoming more and more conscious of the energy of our interconnectedness with Mother Earth, and how it's not us inhabiting a planet. It's like we are very much intertwined with the planet, and the planet is conscious. It's a living being. Okay, the planet itself is an entity of its own. Just like the sun is an entity of its own. I feel like recently I saw something where even the scientists are thinking that the sun is conscious. So, makes kind of like a lot of sense. The sun is conscious. That would explain all the breathing in and out. And that's why it's alive. It's alive because it's breathing. But yes, it's also connected to the universal rhythm. Okay, how everything moves in a cycle. But due to the ionization and the solar flare activity, the increase in it, you can like people who are getting triggered, right? And because everyone is essentially a spiritual being regardless of the level of density they are functioning on, right? And we are kind of what kind of we are connected. So how we deal with this irritation, with the solar maximum, with this intensity, with the triggers, and with the erratic energy that is in the air, right? It's almost like, I don't know how to explain this, but it's loud. So if you are conscious, if you're mindful, if you understand energy and you consciously, you're aware, then you are still in the know, and you're safe in a way, right? Knowledge is power, that sort of energy. But those who are unconscious, not mindful of what is going on, for them it is a whole different energy. It is like, them taking everything very seriously, personalizing the triggers, the things, the energies that are like poking their own psyche, and they are personalizing it because that's what they know. I'm talking about the ones who are unconscious, the ones who are still asleep, so they are more prone to violent tendencies, or just like, acting out or being violent in like real physical sense, like, fighting and stuff, physical fights and all that. You could see people going crazy on the roads, and be very careful if you drive and all that. Also, people who are not able to understand their own darkness, they can have this really, because see, the darkness is trying to purge itself, so it is going to come to the surface whenever there is solar maximum. You go back in the, I don't know, years that have passed on, and do your research. I'm pretty sure if someone does that, I don't have time, but yeah, if someone does that, you will notice some sort of, like, the stats will develop, if you kind of compare and contrast the energy, the especially if you study violent incidents, what is wrong? Okay, incidences. Is that a word? I am not so sure. Okay. uh, but seriously, I lost my train of thought, and to be honest, the entire day I just could not get up. I have been lying on the floor. I've been rolling on the floor. And because apparently that's the only thing that makes me feel better. So when I am on the floor, it's just like it soothes me. It soothes me. So that's been working out for me, and I've been drinking a lot of water. That makes all the difference. And I'm trying not to do something where, which is kind of like a bit of like work for me. So yeah, I've been watching anime, a very nice one. But I think it's very important that you soothe yourself, you calm yourself down, you love yourself around this time. Okay, just go roll on the floor, or even if you want to roll in your bed, go do that. Like if you want to lie down, I would suggest, like, please do that. And if you don't want to interact with people, don't, and just spend time with yourself. Okay. And also, like, this is like, control your anger, control your temper. That's very, very important around this time. Okay. Okay. We knew that this year is going to be super, super activating. But it's the dragon year, as well as the year of the Lionsgate portal, as well as the solar maximum year. So it's like a peak year for ascension, especially at the collective level, where more and more people are being nudged by Mother Earth to wake up, okay, again and again and again. So it is creating a lot of mental, psychic, spiritual irritation in these beings, okay, especially the ones who want to stay asleep. And most of the times it's unconscious. That is why they're being nudged in very, very weird ways. So a lot of weird stuff is going on right now. If you feel a certain way, try to trust your intuition, okay, and disengage. But also, there's also a time when, yeah, a lot will be asked from you, and if you are to indulge, Mother Earth will nudge you too, and you won't be able to deny it. So anyway, now let's get to the reading. This is for my lovely starborns. Okay, not ready yet, but the mandala wanted to show itself. Okay, Spirit, talk to us. Does my collective need to know right now? This is going to be an open-ended reading. Solar flares, the storms, the solar maximum. Tell us whatever you want to tell us. Icosahedron. Icosahedron. And we have so many stars in the background of this card. Okay, what else do we need to know? I will pull out 3 cards after I cut the deck. Echoes of One. Eerie consciousness. At play. I'm hearing full circle moment. Full circle moment. The shift is here. You're living the shift. Mayan dream. Tree vessel. DNA. Yeah, this is all leading to a DNA upgrade for sure, goes without saying. Yeah, and Echoes of One is here, and even Luna and the volcano wanted to show itself. But let's see. Let me sit with this energy. Okay, look. I mean, you really cannot make this up, because icosahedron is all about that new perspective trying to come in, okay? And this is a very layered perspective, and at the same time it is beyond the 4 or sometimes 5 perspective, 5 windows of perception. It's almost like many of you will have access to at least 20 windows of perception here in this reality, which is like a big deal. That is how major this shift is. And this shape also represents the beginning of a new consciousness. And icosahedron is water, it's liquid, it's also feminine in nature, right? And this is the year of the divine feminine. You're actually looking at how you go on and on in a circle. Okay, you are consciously getting off of some sort of like a hamster wheel in your own life. You're telling yourself enough, and you're doing things differently, very differently. And with mind dream right next to it, first of all, it's number 21, which is reminding me of the word card. But again, this is about the spiral of life, the very cosmic connection that we have, how everything is connected. You are basically asked to enter dream time and find the inner journey to your spiral beginnings. So, as spirals are the purest form of moving energy, you can travel the spiral to the level of subatomic particle. And what it reveals to you, again, deep meditation, deep contemplation is very, very required right now. Plus, you can also travel to wherever it is that you want. Dream work could be really, really, I'm hearing psychoactive, not just active, psychoactive. The dream word is psychoactive. For some of you, it is almost scary how lucid it is, especially for my light workers. It's very lucid because a lot is going on in the dream world. Because this card is also connected to the dream. The mind dream is basically what connects the microcosm to the macro. This is the dream that will help you realize your place in the universe. Who has, okay, one situation and you have 20 perspectives? That's beyond LSD. Yes, that's beyond the LSD. So it is something else that you're tapping into, my collective. And listen, when I say 20, okay, forget the quantification. Focus on the quality of what this is, what this means at a deeper level. Spirit is very loud. Spirit is talking to you at all times. I want to see the tree vessel card. It's the second last card in this deck, number 63. That's 9. So this card has 639 in it, and it's all about receptivity. This is what you're receiving, and it is a tree, right? The tree of life. It is reminding me of the tree of life, which is also reminding me of Kabbalah. And Kabbalah means receive. It means receiving. What are you receiving? Again, a lot of brand new information coming in. You're receiving. But also, many of you are tapping into your Akashic, your personal Akashic. Also, many of you are accessing light language. A lot is being transmitted to you through light language. You're receiving light language activation. Of course, also the flares, definitely upgrading your DNA. And this light technology basically offers you insights into multidimensional reality and the realization of possibilities. This is conscious evolution. Something has become fully activated about you where it's like you are moving into a kind of role where nothing is taken for granted. Okay, it's almost like no more playing around. It's like a total shift. I'm telling you guys, things have become very serious. Things are serious, like way serious now for my light workers. It's like the roles are activated. There won't be any role reversal, I'm hearing. This card is basically inviting you to enter sacred spaces and become a vessel. This is light worker activation of the highest order, unlike ever before here on Mother Earth. It's very important to clear your energy field. Meditation is your best friend around this time. Laying low is your best friend around this time. Getting some Reiki is your best friend around this time. Yoga is your best friend around this time. Mindful living is your best friend around this time. It's all about being mindful. And many of you, the past has shed itself completely. And whatever is still lingering, it's almost like you've reached a point of conscious knowing that it's none of your business, which is well and good. And regardless of your gender, you are also opening to receptivity. And you're working for the divine above. You are basically providing spirit with a means of bringing forth new information as well as healing energy, healing modalities, new modalities surfacing for you. A lot of new information is here. Spiritual gifts are here. Many, many spiritual gifts are being activated left and right. So it's time to offer yourself to the universe, to offer yourself in service. This is all about service to others. Okay, collective. Now, also, let's look at the DNA. And I like the fact that's number seven. And that is all about conscious evolution again. I mean, the message keeps repeating in a very different way, but it does. Now, within the double helix of our DNA and the human energy field itself, we each have access to a hidden store of knowledge, right? And wisdom. And it is called the force or the holy light. This is light activation, my loves. This is light activation of the highest order. It's unlike ever before. This is consolidating that shift. You're grounding that shift. That is why I also posted today where I asked you guys to consciously ground your energy, especially if you think you are a light worker. It is a must for you. I'm pretty sure you already have some sort of a practice in place, but I'm here to remind you. So you all are in the process of we are in the process of activating codes that will basically aid in the further shift. Okay, here on Earth, we are turning on additional strands of DNA. So sky's the limit, unlimited potential and possibilities. Each time you act from your heart rather than from fear, you contribute to the evolution of humankind and the healing of Mother Earth. Wow. That is why be very mindful of your temper, and all of that. Always, always walk in compassion, but be human. There's nothing wrong in being human. Be human. But I think conscious knowing is really, really helpful. These are crazy, crazy, crazy times here on earth. Like, and your soul signed up for this. Soul wanted to witness this shift. And many of you, this is an adventure of a lifetime that is unfolding for you. And now, now you're feeling at home, my lovely star seeds, my starborns. Yeah, because home is coming to you. The energy is shifting, right? You're getting closer, closer to home. What is that home? The higher consciousness itself that we are trying to bring here on earth, right? Let's see. Let's get some tarot. 3 shuffles. Spirit, show us. Okay, look at that. The Emperor wanted to show himself, herself, itself, themselves. Final. Even this card came out like that, right? I Hydran before I cut the deck. Crazy. Okay. Justice. Beautiful. That. Are you seeing all the majors there? Is crazy. And the King of Cups. And this is where it's talking about being compassionate, being empathetic to the situation here on earth, you know. See, everyone is feeling the shift. Everyone is feeling the shift in their own way, right? But not everyone wants to make sense of it. But soon there will come a time when everybody would want to know what exactly is going on here. And that's where your role is very significant. You are here to provide the required energy that is very much needed for this transition here on earth. And it's just a gradual process, okay? It's a gradual process. You are in charge. You are responsible for how things work, how the transformation is grounded at the collective level, believe it or not. Your guidance is very important, and especially if you are a projector in human design, that's essentially what your role is about, both conscious and unconscious. That's not true for the other types, but if you are a projector in human design, it's time to walk in your role. But the Emperor right next to Justice, that is also telling me that the Aries as well as the Libra axis is strong here, and that's exactly where we have the North Node and the South Node. And the good thing is the South Node is conjunct. Well, I cannot speak. I'm not able to talk. Conjunct Death card, right? Because Libra card is conjunct the Death card, which is also telling me how it is Libra and Scorpio. Aries, Libra, Scorpio. And then again, Scorpio. Double Scorpio. Wow. Talk about change. I told you it's about the shift. It's a very serious shift. The energy of karmic retribution is very strong. Very strong. I mean, people who have been, again, dabbling in all kinds of weird stuff, you know, the way they are experiencing this shift, it is scary to them. They're confused. They're not able to make sense of what hit them, how it hit them, what happened, what went wrong. Imagine a ceremonial magician, okay, messing up their massive ceremony, ritual, and all of that, and not being able to make sense of what went wrong. Imagine you've been working with a particular kind of energy, and that energy turns on you. What happens then? And especially if this energy that you've been working with is nefarious, and I'm talking in general, I'm not talking to you, my lovely light workers. I'm talking about people who have been dabbling in certain energies. I'm just telling you how the shift is happening. Things are changing. What used to work at one point, it's not working anymore for a reason, especially in the lower density. Remember, regardless of the status of an entity or whatever, even the discarnate beings, everybody wants to reach out for what's high up above. No matter how comfortable they are, the spirit moves in such a way, everybody wants to ascend the spiral. The spiral is different for each one, of course, but no one wants to spiral down. Everyone wants to spiral up. That is also one of the reasons why beings reincarnate. And again, this is a collective shift that is happening here on Mother Gaia, right? So if a big chunk of collective is ascending, how is it not going to have a ripple effect across the densities? If you understand the nature of the universe, just look at the flower of life, right? Of course, it is going to have that ripple effect in the lower densities too. And when there is too much darkness and the light begins to seep in, it makes the beings in these dark places hopeful and at the same time very greedy for more. I hope it makes sense. So, of course, they will obviously act out in greed first because that's what they know naturally, right? That's what is resonant. Hope is all well and good. It's not that big of a deal, right? Because they're yet to understand the very nature of hope. They're not very used to hope. So hope is again unconscious. But the conscious energy is that of greed. And that's when they act out. The same applies to humans. If you understand the sidereal Vedic system of astrology, so human beings, all the nakshatras, 27 nakshatras, as well as there's a hidden one. It's supposed to be an occultation, the 28th nakshatra. Anyway, 27. So all these nakshatras are divided into ganas. So there are three ganas. One is the Devagan, the other it means the godly nakshatras. The other one is the Manashyagan, which is the human nakshatras. And then there is the third one, which is the Rakshasgan, which is the demon nakshatras. Yeah, they're demonic, essentially. So it is actually based on the consciousness of the soul itself, right? So My understanding of the classification is that beings who have a lot of rakshasa nakshatras, right? If like the chart is dominated with those nakshatras, by those nakshatras, then it means that the soul is trying to ascend in this realm. Okay, and this also shows exaltation of this being, first of all, because it means that they have been doing the work on their personal reincarnation cycle. Yeah, there's that. But the way the nakshatras work, most people have all the three energies in different ratios, yeah, but we all have all the nakshatras, right? All the different types of nakshatras. Plus, there isn't just one main chart, there are so many divisional charts. So, in a way, if you look at the entire aspects of things, yeah, everyone has everything basically. But then we do have some important placements, right? Let's say big three. Okay, so if you have all the Rakshasa ruled big three, there are certain things which you will be more prone to because you're still trying to be human, essentially, at this consciousness level. So, yes, the lower nature of human condition will be loud. Let's say if there is someone who has top three in the Deva nakshatras. Now, first of all, this person, yes, they are in their fallen state, right? Because they have kind of like fallen, if fallen from, I would not say grace, but yes, there is a fall, and the fall could be conscious, but it could also be unconscious, and it doesn't have to be unconscious. It could be very well planted, and there are beings like that who planted here on earth. And essentially, I believe their job is to actually understand the human condition more. So people who have a lot of Devagan energy, they're basically givers, okay? With the human Gana, it's more so about, yeah, give and take. Still human, still will try to look out for their best interest, but it's the Devagana people who need to be saved, who need saving. And they have to like go through multiple cycles of trials and errors and trials and errors to actually understand the human way. But if you have Devagana dominance in your chart, then it's almost like, yes, there is this divine blessing on you where you are able to kind of take all that darkness and turn it into light and all that, right? And it's most likely that you will not personalize the pain. But for the humans and the rakshasas, the demons, it's actually very easy to get aggravated, especially with the rakshasas, because again, that's close to the known nature, right? And I don't know why I'm talking so much about all that, but that's what is coming in with the cards here, which is kind of crazy because I'm looking at these beings here, and it's like he is the Devagana candidate, and these two are the human and the Rakshasa ganas. These are just classifications, very ancient, old, and all that, and doesn't have to resonate with you. But yeah, it's just energy. How you read energy. It's one way to read energy in a natal chart. Plus, I anyway believe that there comes a point in your consciousness journey that your natal chart stops making sense. I mean, you can still try to relate to it, but there comes a point when you outgrow it, believe it or not. And that is very likely the case with light workers. I see the spiral here. It's almost like a portal opening, and it's reminding me of Saint Germain for some reason. So Saint Germain is coming in, and yes, I was saying over here it's the energy of Aries, which is where we have the North Node right now, and this is the South Node. So what I'm saying seeing and about to say is there is karmic retribution at play for sure, but there is a lot of clearing that is taking place here, where a level of stability is coming in, especially for my light workers. Okay, people who are here working for the divine above. And I actually believe in the dark ones are working for the divine. Obviously, like everyone is working for the divine. The whole entire existence, creation itself is here because the divine wanted to experience itself through us, right? Be it light or dark, whatever. So it's so much not about the good or bad and this and that. That is why don't run away with the whole classification that I told you about, and don't judge people on that at all. Most people, we have all the energies. I personally like to read the energies of the devas as well as the demons. When I see a lot of human in a chart, I lose interest a little bit. I'll be honest, but it's just like, okay, no. With the humans, it's more so about earth seed energy, where you're trying to understand this realm. Trying to like, which is also what many demons and devas are trying to do too, right? So anyway, we all are trying our best here. Oh, I just realized there's a woman sleeping here. Definitely, you're being activated left and right, especially when you're going to bed. And I think you're not, you guys. I feel like you're not having a very very nice sleep around this time, but it's okay. That is why when you wake up and you feel like just want to lie down, do that. Lie down. I wanna see what's your all energy. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Okay, let's see. Any final advice do we need to know? I already noticed we're already 40 minutes in. Look at that, two swords underneath. Gemini season is definitely going to be the season of revelation, especially the month of June. A lot is being revealed to you. Look at that, Nine of Cups. Law of compensation is at play here. Wow, judgment. Yeah, so definite awakening. But again, look at that. And for some reason, I'm getting double wheel of fortune here. Just as I saw this 10 here, double wheel of fortune. Are you seeing all the majors in your reading? It's so crazy. And of course, we're doing a collective reading, kind of makes sense. But I feel like this is also going to be a very expansive period of your life, especially spiritually for sure, but also materially. And something about what it is that you're gaining here. And I just noticed the double lightning bolts here in between them. Many twin unions are happening too around this period. Also, releasing the karmic energy once for all. It's like a it's like you're burying the past, the kind of energy, the kind of shift which there's no going back. There's no fork in the road. There is no not knowing or confusion or illusion or delusion. None of that. There's a clear cut knowing because the divine is here. The divine is assisting you with this shift, personally assisting you, and you are going to be very happy. You're already very happy. Okay, be very mindful of a spiritual egotism that can pop up around this time, where you this is how you'll be tested too. Okay, don't ever act like you know better and you know what you okay, it's good to know what you're talking about, but I just feel like it's going to be very good if you disengage when okay, almost like losing my voice right now. But when people try to pull you in any kinds of argument or whatever, just like disengage. Do not get trapped in any kind of weird energy. I'm hearing energy harvesting kind of situations where people just want to poke you to get a negative reaction, just to kind of like, get a hit or something. I don't know what that means, but yeah, it's like you're going to be very happy. A part of you is going to feel very stable and very relaxed and very fortunate and very well taken care of. But the chaos around you will try a lot to get to you. But I feel like there's a protective shield around you. It's almost like you're in this position where those who come to you in light, you expand their light tenfold. Okay, and those who come to you in a severe energy, you double down like there is no tomorrow, and not tenfolds, hundredfolds. So it's like good luck to anyone who's trying to test you around this time, because I do see this cutthroat energy at play. That is why that energy came in like that, where you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to tell anyone anything. The God above, the divine above, has made a lot very clear to most of these people who are facing their own demons, their own difficulties, their own behaviors, and you don't have to teach anything to anyone. People are These people are actually, they have been setting themselves up for failure since quite a while, and there's nothing that you need to do. I'm literally seeing somebody who's sitting on a branch of a tree, and they are cutting the very branch that they're sitting on, and the tree is tall as F. So the fall is going to be lethal, I'm hearing. The fall is going to be lethal. Wait for the month of June. Everything will be revealed. It is already revealed to you, to be honest. It's just that everything will be so clear. It'll be like, ha, I knew it. That sort of energy, yeah? But overall, what I see, it's a very good time to focus on your abundance, be it of any kind, spiritual, emotional, mental, as well as, you guessed it, material. Okay, there's expansion, there is renewal, there's liberation here. It's like you reap what you sow, right? And my lovely light beings, my starborns, you know, it's the good type of harvest time here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's all I see. I hope this makes you feel a little okay. But yes, have grace for your own being right now. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.